So let's test audio. Shambler, are you still there? Can you tell us if it's too loud to or not or too quiet? And Zhuzhig, if you could say something.
Yep, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'll check. Okay, so we are live. We are here. I grabbed this link and posted, unless it was already done by Pronago. And hi, what's up, Gigi?
Hey, how's it going? Going all right. Just excited to see how this undercard comes out.
Yeah, it's my first time making a broadcast, so we'll see how rough it ends up being. But yeah, let's start this, and we have a new map pool. So okay, so we are live.
No, no.
We are
have
here.
echo.
One sec. Okay. We have a new map pool, and I don't know if you see this, Judy, but the maps we have now are. Yeah, let me click this. We have Fata Morgana, which state? We have actually, that's the only map that stayed, I think. Oh, maybe Genesis. Genesis Y is a map that was there, right? Oblivion, maybe.
Oblivion was in the last one as well. Yeah, I believe.
Yeah, my memory is rusty. I haven't played that much back then. But the new map is definitely Musselheim, which is my map that I made a while ago. It's an interesting map. It gives you an easy nut. It gives you a harder to take food unless you take the back base, but it's behind a building. So I think this is generally pretty aggressive map despite having a safe nut. So will be interesting to see that. We have Old Scars by You, which is also an interesting map. I don't think it was in the map pool before, right?
No, this will be its first time.
Yeah. So what do you have interesting to say about it?
I'm honestly just interested to see how games play after 3 base. Obviously, the low ground third is kind of exposed from a lot of angles, but there's plenty of surface area there to build. So, if players can get enough defense up there, it's just going to come down to which direction they expand from that point.
Yeah, I play a few games on that map. It was pretty nice experience. The knot is nice to take, and the third wasn't too bad. So I think it's reasonable because you can still station an army in an interesting way, in a useful way, I should say. And yeah, the other maps are pretty much familiar. I think all the BTB ones are familiar. Oblivion, I'm interested about because I don't have as much experience with that map. It was there before, I think, but yeah, it has anchors in the middle. So
Yeah, I actually like Oblivion quite a bit. There's some weird stuff you got to watch out for in the main with that little area above and below the main mineral line there.
I remember someone playing and leaving Hydras there and forgetting about them, which was actually, I don't know if it was game deciding, but it was pretty bad.
I think we had a couple players who were wanting to do some pregame interviews.
Yeah, let's grab them in the chat. Are they actually in the waiting room?
I'm not sure. We have Beaver and Link Champ both. Just
let's let them know. Okay, I'll just mention the name of the channel. And yeah, I can't wait to see what silly stuff will happen in this game. We have Dead Infested, which is known for cheese, and yeah, some silly games could happen.
Where he goes. He's actually been putting quite a bit of training compared to most people I've seen the last few days.
Yeah, I actually haven't had time to practice last few days, but I was practicing earlier this week. So I don't think I'll end up particularly high, but maybe at least a second place would be cool. But yeah, play it for fun, anyways. And yeah, we don't seem to have people in the chat yet.
I think Link Champ's now in the chat there. He's up in Bullion Corner.
You need to.
Or do I have permissions?
We'll see. We don't have permissions to know from that channel now.
Oh, okay.
Has to be casting waiting room, so please. Oh. Okay, we have beavers, so maybe let's. Okay, we have buffs, so let's grab Link Champ. Oh, I can't move. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't actually have permission, so that's sad. Okay, now it works. Hello, what's up? How are you feeling before games? You're muted. Permission issues. Okay. We are being hacked by Discord, but don't worry. It will be fixed. Maybe I can change that perm. Let's see. Well, the permission seems to say that everyone is allowed to speak, so that's weird. That's very weird.
Is the room tagged for fragmentators or something?
It is, but the everyone role is also tagged with speaking, and so now it should work. It's very weird. Maybe if I server mute him and unmute him, it will work. No. I don't know. I'll try with Beaver. Oh, yeah. Beaver works.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
They're very weird. What's up? How are you feeling before games?
I'm a little nervous, not gonna lie. Dead Infested's pretty good, and I don't really know much about Ling Champ, so I'm just kind of, I'm really kind of glad I'm not going first, so I can kind of see what Ling Champ's playstyle is, and
yeah, I'll play our own map, and you'll be able to observe.
Yeah.
Witness. So yeah, it's useful for you, and yeah, glad to see you play after all the other tourneys that we had for upper class. It's now time for some cheesy matches in the underclass. So yeah,
it's really cool that we've got enough people to do both an underclass and lower class. It's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, while we got you here, what are your thoughts on Oblivion as a map? As getting selected here as like our starter map?
It's his map, so.
Seeing as I made it, I am quite fond of that decision. I think it's a pretty decent map. I think a lot of people may not play it just because of how big the map is, because it is a bit bigger than most maps. It's different than it's different than like a lot of the Biddy B maps, I guess. So I'm a bit surprised to see it selected, but definitely happy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks for the interview, and we'll see you in the second game.
Well, actually, maybe for the second game, I'll pick a map by Week 7.
Ah,
There you
yeah.
go.
You have something prepared. Don't tell anyone.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
The backroom deal's already being made.
Yeah. See you later.
Thanks. Thank you, guys.
Yep.
I think it's still not working for Link.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, it's working.
Oh, it works. It works. Great. So how are you feeling? How are you? Are you prepared for the games? Are you prepared for Oblivion?
No, I'm prepared for my worst nightmare.
Yeah. Well,
But it's okay. I'm gonna build rats.
what do you think about Dead Infested? What do you think about what do you think he's cooking for you? Do you have, or rather, do you have a plan to? Do you have a plan for the first game that, or rather, yeah, I'm pretty bad at interviewing still, but do you feel prepared against this specific player rather? Oh,
No, he'll probably beat me, but I'll try it.
yeah. What do you think about the map?
What map are we playing again?
Oblivion. It's the desert map with anchors in the middle.
Oh yeah, I don't mind the map. I mean, I haven't played on all of the maps enough. I've gotten like a couple games on every one that's in the tournament, so I don't have like the best feel for everything yet.
Let me see. What is your background? Do you play Brood War? Did you play Brood War? Did you play other RTSs?
No, not really. I played, or I mean, I got into them like probably 2021, I think. And I played like AoE 4 and then I played AoE 2 because
I see.
AoE 4 has latency issues or something, or not latency, but has like effects issues where massive battles just get too much and it just starts like chugging, and I hate
see.
it.
Yeah. So how do you feel Cosmonarchy compared?
Oh yeah, I mean I like it, and I feel it's better than Brood War because I did play that a little bit with my friend, and it was just felt like really like slow and like clunky sometimes, but it doesn't feel like nearly as bad as that. And I like the units, that there's so many, and like new units. It's very cool.
Yeah. Glad you enjoyed them. Jujik, you have any questions?
No, I'm thinking it's about time we get ready and get into these games. Link, thank you for having an interview with us here.
Yeah. See you.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Cool. Let's start the game. I guess. We don't have.
Rejoin in. Looks like you got DC'd here.
He had a gun at the moment, apparently. Do we have anything we have to remember for how the game should go?
I'm interested though to see what we can get out of these undercard players. I mean, they might not be the most mechanically skilled, but the thing is, with so many units and so much of the power of your army, depending on comp, there's a lot of things that still haven't been really tested. You know.
Yeah, it might be very fun because some of the strategies that the lower skill players can employ are something that just wouldn't work in higher skill levels. But that makes it very fun because basically anything can work as long as anything really, because your enemy will not exploit your every weakness, so you can really cook stuff up and yeah.
Yeah, we also see a lot of times that even some of the things that these players come up with, the better players kind of adapt and hone into something a little bit more survivable. You know.
Yeah, I think we are ready to start, right? Let's do a ready check. Okay, let's get us into the game. This works. Okay. Good luck, have fun. I'll set the latency, but yeah, we in top left corner we have Dead Infested as Protoss, and in bottom right we have Sadistic as Zerg. So far so good. We are seeing workers being built. We see gas from Sadistic, which probably means the Larvask opener. And we see an early scout from that infested. Well, interested if that would be a proxy. I think not, because he already built a pylon. He's not harvesting gas, so he's probably. I mean, as Protoss, I don't think you harvest gas at this moment. So
No, you usually
we'll see
switch
if it's-
on when the gateway comes down.
Yep. And we'll see if it's one gas or two gas. So far, no gas. And Zerg is still on 2 gas. He's making a cake round, so it will indeed be the Larvask, the standard Larvask opener. Yeah. And there's a Drolev in top right. I wonder what it will do. You can't really proxy stuff as a Zerg. Maybe it's a hatch? That would be so funny. Oh, maybe he doesn't know the map.
Spawn. Yeah, you might not think it's force spawn.
And we see some poking. We see the Quasef pool.
The DI ended up delaying some scribe production to get a faster second gateway here.
Dude, and we see no gas, so it'll be a Zealot cheese, it seems. Well, cheese is maybe a strong word. This is probably more like a timing push, but I don't know if this really works that well into Larvask pool.
No, I think you have to proxy it in order to get much benefit out of it this early, but
Yeah.
but you're right, he is going to be going on to the Zealots here.
He doesn't have money for second Zealot. He's now harvesting gas. Sadistic is losing workers. Oh no.
No. The 3 Drolith Revenge.
I wonder how many he killed. I think it's like 2 or 3, judging by the damage. Unfortunately, workers do not show kills for some reason. I don't know why that is. And we see a link flat. We'll see if that infested holds up. He will have 4 zealots, and he has Ecclesias on the way.
He's got to get down and block this ramp tight.
Yeah, he has good chances, I think. This round could be deadly.
Not the best surface area so far for Zerg.
That infested is using flash shielding, which is very good. He saved 1 zealot so far. We'll see if Sadistic gets a worker from this. Seems like 1 has fallen.
Yeah, I think he got 1 here.
Sadistic will be dropping a Kagran. That's interesting. It's probably to expand, but maybe a cheese is underway. I don't know.
No, I think he was working on this earlier this morning. We played a few games. He's trying to... Well, he needs to drop it down soon here. Third gateway out from Dead Infested. So he looks
Yeah,
like he's
so
about
this will
to
be
get
the...
enough-
I feel like this is now a standard PvZ thing where people will go Zealot Ecclesias. It's really strong versus pool, especially against Quasis. From what I found out is the Link Vorf is actually pretty decent against it, but Quasis really fucking suck. And yeah, we see the Kagran Seasoned, and we'll see when the expo is up. There are 2 Quasis. Quasis are not a good idea versus this. This might be deadly.
Yeah.
Sadistic is floating a little bit. See this? Those are the new burrowed sprites. It's pretty readable now, which is really cool. You know what's actually sitting in there. Yeah, this might be deadly, honestly. I don't know if there are more units.
Yeah,
There
I
are two
don't
lings
think there's
on the way, but the borrowed lings are not unborrowed yet. We see 2 panic cake runs. We see 4 zerglings. I'm sorry, Zephyr, of course. He will waste a bunch of money on the Cesians. He's floating, but that may mean he will just build six pairs of Zephs now with all the larvae that he has. Yeah, that's indeed what he's doing. He's making cake runs, desperately trying to stay alive. He's pulling the draw lefts, morphing a Surkif, losing draw lefts, and more lings are pressuring that infested out of the base, but he's already killed a bunch. The Zealots just don't die. We see more units coming from that infested.
I think he's actually going to stop here and take a expansion.
That might
so
be. He pulled a scribe, floated a little bit, so now that would be perfect. That's indeed what he does. The overlap is not doing anything, but I don't really know if it can do much things. I guess it could do scouting.
Now, that infest is really ahead, but he does have to watch out pushing into this many circus here.
Yeah, but he can really chill now and just oh, this creep spreads. That's interesting. He can really chill now. He can take all the expos on the map and do whatever he really wants. He's getting an embassy, so there's definitely gonna be an economic focus from him, and Sadistic just has so many circuits. It's funny how he spread them out. It almost looks like what AI would do. They tend to do that. Which I think looks very thematic, but it's not the most effective, since some of them will not attack.
Yeah, Sadistic's banking a lot of gas here. Might be worth getting some Hydrith tech or something out here.
Maybe he's hoarding for... I mean, tier 2 would be a bad decision, but maybe he'll do a lot like his Lisk switch, or maybe he would mutate the pool. But it's probably unintentional, I don't know.
He's going for some kind of little cheeky drop here.
Yep. That infested doesn't really have anything in his base. He'll probably have like 3 zealots, but it might get scouted actually. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonder if you paid attention.
Doesn't look like he caught it though.
And we'll see what he does with his zealots. I think he's sending them. Yeah. Might be a little edge for him. We'll probably pressure that infested to move forward. But maybe that's exactly what he wants. I wonder. Yep, he's pulling the workers, and let's see what happens.
That infested's pulling his entire army back here to deal with this.
Oh yeah. Did you imagine if Sadistic just expanded now? That would be funny.
I thought that's what he was doing here, but I'm not sure what the Drolith is doing.
I think he just get focused on the drop and forgot. He could have prepared like few more cake runs to try to drop like 4 circuits into the NAT and try to take the expo. That would be very useful.
That infested moving back out.
Oh, it's hosted on scenario. That's bad.
And so the rest of tier 1 tech is coming out here for Sadistic.
Is it better
Drop.
now, Beaver?
Ballots are going to push away the drop here on the
I'll
natural.
disable the music. It's not very useful. There's another overlap going. But what will it do? The army is containing. That Infested doesn't seem interested in taking a third. However, he has grabbed the rogue gallery and he's building Vargas, which will mean that he would be able to relatively easily harass, which is what he's actually doing now.
Yeah, I think there might just be too much here to deal with.
It might be.
Zealots are splitting up here.
This is going pretty well for him, I think. Drolevs are dying. The wall has been damaged, and yeah, as more units from the rock gallery come up, I think this will inevitably fall, and it definitely just contains the natural. You as sadistic would not be able to, to take the knife.
Yeah, the worker count says a lot right now at this point.
Yeah, it's almost triple. But what Sadistic has done is take Hydrith and Zork, which might be interesting. Funnily enough, this Witness sees those borrowed quasis, and we see like Isolisks, which will mean we'll be able to see the new Burrow sprite, which is pretty cool. Interestingly enough, that Infested decided to pull his army back. He probably wants to prepare a bigger push for later.
Yeah, I don't think
he's
he
adding
wanted
more
to-
rock galleries. Oh, maybe he's searching for like corner expos because he probably thought to himself that Sadistic just has too much in his base. So maybe he has a resource trickle. But no, not the case. The Witness is witnessing the Lakizolisks. And yeah, this may soon be the fact the creep sprees on the
Yeah, I'm not
underground
sure
is
what
pretty
that-
cool.
I guess there's a little gap there somewhere.
Yep. It's below the bottommost Lakizolisk is where it leaks. But I think this is nice. I would prefer if creep spread past the ramps. That would be nice mechanic for Zerg.
Infested coming back out here, scoping out the natural. He will take his third finally.
Yep.
Stargate is up. Let's see what he gets out of this.
The third is a little late, but it's still he still has above triple the worker count, so can't really blame him.
Yeah, and these minerals are starting to run out here in
Yep.
Sadistic Spain.
More
Oh, he has another
parts,
drop coming out.
Dracodams. Yep.
There are 2 Droliths in this drop, so we might actually try to do some kind of cheeky out of base expansion here.
It would be funny if it was the top right corner, because that's exactly where where that Infested checked before, so it
Yeah,
would not
exactly.
be
He's not going to come
expected.
back too soon. Yeah.
I feel like he should by this point have more overlaps though. We see Hydras, we see I0 cores. Bargas are
Bargas,
toughening
yeah.
the wall down.
So we do have Gladius coming out from the Stargate.
Dude, I feel like that Infested could just A move now. Although not really, because like he's a Linux, but
Yeah, his macro's slipping a little bit here. He's got a lot of resources floated, but
yep.
Does look like he got his building started up.
In cases like this, you really just want to spam production. Because even if you're not the best macro player, you can actually overbuild production, so then it's easier for you to spend the floating stuff.
Here it comes. Jolith's waiting on the 400.
He'll try to pick some luckies now. I feel like Bargas is not the best option here. Like, I would really... Yeah. Gladius is better. But I would prefer to see something long range. But yeah, they're engaging, and it seems like it's going good for that infested. It might be it, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's overwhelmed here. With only a few quasis to follow up, there's just not going to be enough to take out all this spread time. Yeah, I think early on here, Sadistic had a decent timing on dropping a circuit here for the natural. He just didn't follow up with enough units afterwards. He didn't catch them out of the army, made a few too many Droliths.
Yeah, he definitely could have had more, made more army, and he could have made more circuits probably. Because after you drop the first one, you have the creep to build more. He just,
Yeah.
I don't think he had the knowledge that he's facing a frigate. I don't think he actually scouted.
I want to see if he stays in with the
Yeah,
sneaky-
he tries to run to the corner base, but this is... I think this is really just time to GG.
The bar gas streaming cross might actually catch these ones. Nope. But I think
He has 6 rollups in the overlife. Dude, how does that infested now is the top right corner again? And not the bottom left? Did they play before?
I'm not sure. It looks like he was just scouting this side base here. But he might continue on up. Yeah, he scouted it now.
Yep. Sadistic still doesn't know he has the rollups in the overlife.
Alright, and that closes out game 1. Dead Infected up 1 game.
Okay, let me now prepare the goodies because I'm missing the scores. So that's bad. Yeah, I should use this and hey, can you admin the new map, the next map?
Yeah. I think the fresh player coming in gets to pick map, or
Yeah, the challenger. I don't have any good phones, that's bad.
all right. Looks like we're going to Fata Morgana.
Okay. I'll host. We should ask Sadistic to actually use the proper name because he signed in as Link Champ, and same for that Infested. Okay, so he's P. Yeah, this is not high quality, but whatever. Okay. We have shitty scores now. So I hope that helps. And yeah, I guess we are ready.
Yep, everyone's ready.
Good luck, have fun. We see Fata Morgana, and the Beaver said he has something cooked up for it, which will be interesting to see what he has prepared. We see Dead Infested in top left as a mint Protoss, and we see the Beaver as the bedazzled blue. That's an interesting color. Yeah, so what do you expect from this game, Jujik? What do you think will
That's
happen?
hard to say. I know this map has a lot of early aggression possible, so we might see some drop play out of this. That's what I'm usually leaning towards. Neblime showed us how strong some Doom drops can be on this map.
Yeah, I remember when he... I don't know if that was in Fata Morgana at all, but he did some nasty Ahmed drops against me. And in Ascension 7 wasn't a pleasant experience, honestly. So you have Fulcrum at the bottom. Interesting.
I wonder if he's practiced walling on this map or something.
Oh, it could be cool, but I feel like against Protoss that just opens you up against Drakaden harassment.
Yeah, it's hard to get anything early on until you get tanks out that can really push them back.
Yeah, we see a pylon. Let's see how if this stresses people around. There's an idle worker, but not anymore.
Already delayed a little bit of mining with this. I wonder if it's worth the investment to keep going for these pylons, though.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think this might be worth it on this level of play because APM is much more precious. So if he wastes Beaver's APM on something not important and then he like miscues the wrong unit in the fulcrum or something, or maybe forgets to queue a unit, that could be huge. But we see one Drakaden already. We see second gateway from that infested, and he'll probably lose this vulture. Let's see. We see a mine, and he's backing up. The mine got one hit.
Now, Dead Infested did stop making scribes for quite a while here, so he's already a little behind. So I'm not sure if he might transition into 3-gate again here and do some pressure, but... he is
I
still
actually have
harassing
not
him.
much experience with free gate against Terran, but the advantage of Terran is definitely that you can build Encores. But he actually insists, Beaver actually insisted on going Vultures, and he's still on 1 Fulcrum, so any kind of aggression could be deadly. Vultures are not that great at... Oh, we see Anchor.
Oh, sneaky anchor here.
It's interesting.
The second one on the way in the back. He might just creep these anchors up.
Yep. This would work pretty well with mines. Yeah, so that's his strategy. Okay. He probably should proxy a Fulcrum there too. Get Cyclopses or Goliaths. Goliaths are actually really good because they have so much range.
And here it looks like he's coming up with the second one now. And he has Corey
Is it
out,
the
so
base?
even
Yeah,
if this
okay,
doesn't do a lot of damage, he's going to be transitioning into a pretty strong mid game.
I guess all he wants here is just to block an expansion from that infested.
Yeah.
And you know, Quarry is very cheap. He can afford it even now.
That infested matching with the embassy.
Yep. He knows he's contained, so that's a smart decision. And we see a Legionary, interestingly.
Yeah, he might be making this just to run out and catch all these mines. Tank them all.
First Cyclops coming.
You know.
This Vulture is scouting something, I guess. Wonder. One another Cyclone, and we see more in production.
Here he goes.
A Watchdog for scouting. And a
He does
third
scout the
Anchor.
triple anchor.
Yeah, this game is interesting. You know, Pronago sorted the Beaver first, which means he's probably thinking he could win the group.
Interesting, we got an envoy coming out here.
I could believe it, seeing what I'm seeing now. His Vultures is scouting for sneaky bases. The Fulcrum is lifted away. Okay, just moving into the top. No expo from his side. Actually, there's a treasury that he'll float.
Yeah, and Dead Infested has actually left his gateways idle a little bit, so he's not really going to have the unit count he needs to crush through this anchor field.
There's a Panic Warden in the bottom in case it's needed, and there's a Warden on the top of the cliff, which is pretty smart, since they do get height advantage as well. And there's a Decadent Rub.
Ooh,
Oh, we actually see
he's damaged.
Palladium, that's interesting. One Vulture gets sacrificed.
3 workers down already from these tracks.
Doesn't look good.
Oh, all the vultures are being pulled back home. There are 4 Cyclops still in the anchors, but that's about it that's holding him off from his second.
It's actually 4, so that's okay. Combined with lobotomy mines, that might be good. But we will see a Goliath soon. 2 Goliaths, in fact. And maybe soon we'll also see a Phalanx. Since we have the machine shop online. But Infested is still actually afraid of challenging those anchors, so that's very good for Beaver. And he got his expo running.
Definitely still ahead. Now, that drag drop did kill quite a few workers, though, so he's
Oh, we
not-
see lobotomy mines on the Dracodons. That's going good for Beaver so far. He's repairing the anchor.
First anchor is
He
down.
should run with Cyclops to the other anchor, but he did not. And there's
another good
lobotomy
mine
again. Oh, and
Oh,
again.
no, the mines.
That's really good for him. He's grabbing his army. Dude, I can't believe it.
Yeah, the position's gonna hold. Yeah, this is looking worse and worse
sure
for
will.
Dead Infested here.
There's another warden. And a third gateway. Dude, Beaver is looking good.
We got the first phalanx here coming out across the map. And once that phalanx gets into a good position, I don't know if there's going to be any pushing down that ramp.
Yep.
Looks like we are trying to set up for another Draken to drop here, though.
Yeah, that's what I would expect because it did cause a lot of havoc on the side of the Beaver man. He didn't learn anything from his mistakes. Oh, actually, never mind. Look at this.
Our dog's in position. Oh, no.
Die. Holy. Never mind. The Beaver outsmarted 40 chessmen.
Yeah, all of the custom corpse work that Pro's been doing really pays off, making these
Yep.
transport
This
deaths
looks
look
awesome.
epic. Another anchor going up here and Dead Infested's natural.
Yep. This is awesome.
And we are switching to Zealots, it looks like.
Yeah, the phalanx gets exposed.
Now, Ardent Authority is out. We can get a siege unit here. There we go. Car on the way.
Uses a lot of job on the phalanx. That infested knows his brutal strats.
Good snipe there. Second one getting pressured.
The Goliaths are really good versus Envoy. And we see Ardent Authority with a counter, and it's very promising for that infested. I could actually siege the anchors, probably. I don't know. Maybe not enough range still.
He's been doing a good job so far since this last attempt to keep his gateways running, so his unit count's looking alright. He can get
Both
another
players
tank
are spending fairly well. I must say, I would expect a much bigger flood. Yeah, there's a counter is in the Envoy. It's interesting.
It looks like he's definitely decided to use it here aggressively.
Oh no.
Gotta be careful though.
One hit. And there will be a third for the Beaver soon. I think he's saving for Ministry. Possibly. And he also has 2 quarries, and it's looking good for him. He has actually almost doubled the workers. But I really did not expect Beaver to play this well. I haven't seen him play in a while, and might just be my ignorance.
Still no third yet. We also got a second Fulcrum of Palladium down.
Yep, and a Watchdog scan. He didn't see anything new, I don't think. Positrons, that's an interesting choice. The Cantor, the Envoy with the Cantor is still alive. Yeah, there's still no third from Beaver. He must have
Looks
forgot.
like the moving of the tanks is going to set off the pattern keg here.
Yeah, the Goliath might actually deal some damage to the Envoy. The Cantor will go down and the Envoy too. They traded a lot of army.
Yeah, the writing's on the wall on this one, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and the container's still up.
Still no third, though.
Yeah.
Got both thirds covered, in case he decides he ever wants to play.
Yep. Positron attack looks better than it used to. It's now a Dragon Ball.
Still a difficult unit to really get the most value out of. The way you gotta
Yep.
aim the shots is a little bit confusing.
Yeah, you have to manually click on something at the bottom, which is cool skill expression. I vouch for them to have go to max range, but you know they're still useful, even if you don't explicitly micro them. And it's nice to give players room to express their skill more. So
Yeah, even without micro, I think they do work really well against like air stacks. Still.
oh yeah, for sure. And they also work well when the unit is running away, right? Because it just keeps on going.
Okay, here we go. We got 2 expansions at a time coming down finally. Treasure
Dude, Beaver
Room,
is
one
really
more.
good at scouting the sneaky expos. He's doing that again. The envoy, it will fall, and the Cantor follows.
So many tanks in his natural at this point.
Yeah, he's crawling them forward. He will
The
win
wardens
on the map
dropped.
by me. This might be the last battle. He needs vision. Dude, those phalanx shots are doing a lot of damage. The counter will fall.
Very good micro here from these Goliaths. They've dodged quite a few hits on the Ankator.
GG. Or actually, lack thereof. That was so well played from Beaver. Holy, I did not expect that. I expected he would be much rustier and not that, like, I don't know. It seems like he practiced a lot, and just
Yeah, I
my
really like that.
ignorance.
That's a very aggressive early strategy. Get some free expansion there.
Okay, so Beaver has won one. So now Link Champ, which I will ask. Please use your signed name usually when. Okay. I'll quickly BRB. I'll leave this screen here. So.
You're right.
Okay, so this is Genesis Y by BTB, and I'll make a ready check. What do you think?
Yeah, I actually really like Genesis Y as a map. I think the width being a lot shorter than how tall it is kind of lets you more easily defend your bases. Like the two potential fourth options are a lot closer than you might see on normal maps. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a lot of Link Champ's Zergburst Terran here yet, but he's going to have to be careful. It seems like Beaver got a couple strategies ready for this tournament here. We saw from our last game.
Oh, I was actually muted on the stream. Holy fuck. But yeah, so I feel like this map, this matchup, Beaver probably has this, but who knows? Maybe Link Champ reflected on the first map and now knows how to do the expo correctly, or maybe he has some other cheese. So I'm interested, and yeah, let's start it up.
It definitely seems like the Beaver is the player to beat in this block at the moment.
So we see Dark Lavender Zerg, Link Champ, and we see Dark Sapphire Beaver as a turn, and yeah, there's a ZVT. We see no gas harvested yet, interestingly enough. But we do see two gas on the Zerg board. So
Yeah, I wonder if this is an adaptation, maybe doing the pull first this time instead of the K-Grant. Never mind, K-Grant comes out
no,
immediately.
usually you gotta grab the K-Grant after 100 gas, from what I was taught by Mr. Schummler. But yeah.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of variants that they
Oh,
have.
he actually grabbed the K-Grant. He's afraid.
Interesting.
So that's a maladaptation, I would call it.
Yeah, I think this delays the pull just a little too much, though.
Yeah. The problem is he didn't drop it, and he would need an Iron Life to drop it now, which is tier 2, I believe.
Yeah. Now, we do have some kind of weird proxy stockade going on here from the Beaver, so maybe this actually pays off.
There
This
will
certainly
be
might-
proxy Cyprians, I think. He's harvesting gas. It's very interesting. Yeah.
Another Mason coming out here to scout, see what he's looking at here. Double proxy Starcade. Still Mavs coming out of the first one at the moment. Wonder if he's just getting the gas here for a fast quarry? He did stop at 100.
We know that Beaver likes to do his anchors, so that could still be pretty good. And he has that Mason in Link Champ's Nat, so we'll see how that goes. I feel like this proxy is way too far away.
Yeah, it's less of a proxy.
And we do see Quarry. Is Quarry 100 now? I thought it was 125.
I believe it's 100. The embassy is 125.
Oh, too much Protoss, I see. And then Larvus gives 125 too.
Yeah, yeah. Here in Imba, you know.
I still feel like it's 125, but maybe not. We
do
see
some
links moving
there
on.
across the room, yeah.
Dude, this Mason will make some anchors, the one on the Rhine. What will the links do? I feel like they will just die. Oh! Holy! That's interesting. That was perfect timing to miss them.
Now, can he actually fit a hatchery where that's placed?
Look at this. He's pulling back.
Oh, no.
He doesn't know what to do. He's losing them.
I think actually Lingchamp might have this now. He got caught with his
Holy.
pants down. Mavericks are coming in.
This micro doesn't work anymore because they made it so units can't process orders while stack. Holy. So much lost here. And he suicided some mavs on the front. this circuit is wrong. It blocks the expo.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, unfortunately, but...
Oh. That's so
I'm
funny.
going to do a little bit of long-distance mining this game, but... He is significantly ahead. Now, the Beaver does have the quarry out, so he will be able to catch up, potentially, but he's really far behind at the moment.
He's having a pseudo-wall in the NAD, and he'll station his master. And I would expect him to only the workers now from the 2 queues that he has. And there will be 6 links, 5 links actually, sent to Suicide. For some intel. Dude, I must say the new Burrowed Sprite are so nice. I love how they look.
Yeah, it's nice being able to tell at a glance what you're actually looking at. You don't just walk into a stack of the Kislev.
Yeah. It used to be so hard to tell them apart because you just had to click them with your mouse to read what they are. You know, I think he's grabbing a ferret? Question mark? No, that was a miss rally, it seems.
Definitely seems like he's overproducing Circus here, considering the economic advantage he has, but...
You know, that
it's
infested conditioned him to do so.
Yeah.
Very worried.
I think he's got a lot better of a game started here, though, than we've seen out of him the last few games. He managed to get the natural up, albeit it's a little off center here, but... Not quite saturated in his main yet. A few shy of efficient saturation.
We see the Covenant. Oh.
Interesting. Now, we do have both Hydrith Den and Zorka Shroud coming out as for Lingchamp as well, so he's going to have access to whatever he wants in Tier 1, yeah.
Yeah. Waiting for Beaver to expand. I wonder when he'll do that. There's another level of Vacagrant Season on the right of the map.
Looks like the treasury is getting built now.
I wonder why he won't do it in place. Like, it seems like would be pretty safe to do so. I always see Savants. Wonder if he'll grab if he'll grab a second Covenant.
And the Beaver here, he went down to 4 workers, but he is now in the lead again on worker count, so maybe a little overproduction of army here out of Lingchamp.
Langchan loves to borrow his units. Oh, sorry, I should say borrow. Too much rust, I guess.
Here comes the treasury landing in. We're gonna. It's actually pretty decent timing. He's gonna have his main saturated right as this drops. More stockades coming up behind it. Five Lakizalis coming out here from Lingchamp, so he's going to try to defend up this natural pretty well.
I feel like facing like Izalisk can be tough for the lower tier players. I myself sometimes struggle with them. They are even defensive like Izalisk can be tough because like you specifically need a composition to deal with them. Although we see a Palladium, which might be really good against it.
Well, one thing to keep in mind here, though, we do not have Anseals out. There's no star pads, so there's not going to be any detection here for these Lakizalis.
Here's a K-Grunt blocking the potential fourth for the Beaver. And we see Beaver moving out. We'll see what he does. Although there's a fucking ambush prepared. That's so cool. Dude.
Here he goes, pushing in. But again, no detection here. He's not going to be able to push
Has been selected. I think he's called Lingchamp for a reason then. Beaver has his first phalanx out.
So far, it's turned into quite an even game, despite everything we saw happen in the beginning here.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of
how does he know? He must have moved to the fourth.
Oh, no, and he's not responding to this at all. He's going to bleed several units here. Here they go. They finally come up.
Oh no, they might die.
Will they lure the army?
I'd really see the I would really love to see the Lakizalis moving aggressively, but they're not there.
Yeah. Still, he's gonna shade the numbers quite a bit here.
And there's a misplaced ministry this time on the Beaver side. it's his. I treat it as a fourth, but it's actually his feud.
So the start pad is down now, but we still don't have the insil out, so it's going to be a minute before he can actually push into this.
Do you play as Terran? Who do you play? I think you play Terran, right?
I'm Protoss at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I play a little bit of everything, though.
Yeah, that's why I sign up as random, although it's... It would be better if I just practice as Protoss or Zerg, and not both. Especially that Terran I'm pretty lackluster at, but I won some games, so...
I was thinking about going random myself, but I'm just not as comfortable with my Zerg matchups at the moment.
Yeah.
Phalanxes are sieged up.
Harassment. Did all those Mason expand here, or will those be Encores? Oh no, it's a watchdog.
Alright, the Lakizalis are going to move forward here.
Oh, finally. Yeah, he destroyed. Oh, he has more. He destroyed the Beaver. Dude, the phalanx curbs look so cool.
Here we go. Beaver is continuing to stream units across the map here. You gotta be careful not to bleed too much. Third is down Ministry Quarry. So he's very far ahead in workers here. I think Link Champ needs to take his third here. It's gonna turn out pretty bad for him pretty soon. Already
Yeah, it
starting to
could.
mine out a little bit in the main.
I feel like Beaver needs to tier up, or perhaps maybe he just needs more phalanx. I don't know, but I feel like Bio might be a mistake here.
And I think, like you said, if he does go ahead and get an Atlas, and it looks like he will, he is going to go to tier 2 now. I think Bio is a decent enough opening if you can get into tier 2 quick enough.
Well, I guess the reason that he's Bio is because he tried to do that proxy, but it just didn't work. 2 on style with the phalanx.
Yeah, the Fulcrum's a little more consistent for sure.
Yep.
And so a lot of Zoryas. This is
He's
actually
not
really
looking
good
good.
using that move speed to get the last kills in there quickly.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's starting to look very dangerous for the Beaver.
So many idle masons in the third.
Yeah. Keep in mind, this is his production. These stockades, once they go down, he's not really going to have a lot to back up these phalanx.
He's building
And
more.
the lists are inside.
He's building more fulcrum, but
Oh no. So many workers going down here.
yeah, this is looking bad for the Beaver.
Oh.
He has those idle masons still, so once he tests them up, they should give him income. Okay, one wave
And
to
the
kill them
single
all.
wraith.
I should change the. I should change it to melee instead of scenario.
Oh, he's got to watch out. The Atlas is getting picked here.
The Raves are good adaptation for against this. And he needs to move those ancils. Oh, I guess not.
Yeah, he took a lot of damage, but again, there's still no third out here from Link Champ, so all that damage, he's going to have to spend a lot of his gas down to replace the Lakizalis count. So no tier 2 on the horizon for him just yet. So the Beaver might just stabilize here.
I also have to remember that his natural is actually half efficiency because of the long distance mining.
Yeah, I wonder exactly what count you would need here to fully saturate the space.
I'd say you probably need 3 to get 2 worker sat. Maybe you would get a little bit more than 2 worker sat from 3, but
Yeah, we might get a double expand here, it looks like. This other Drolith moving across.
yep. It's weird to see people prefer the corner expo over the closer third.
Yeah, it's definitely a little weird since he's got his...
The
like,
hatch
his
is of
little
center
defenders.
because the Kagran was dropped incorrectly, and after he was mutated, he didn't destroy it. He just misplaced the Kagran, the hatch risk instead. So that's why.
Now this is pretty cheeky, taking this base right next to the Beaver here.
Captaincies. It's interesting that you can now go Olympians in tier 2. That didn't used to be the case a while back, but it is pretty potent. I wonder if he'll do that. But that might be too late. He doesn't really have that much army, and Link Jump has came with his.
We will get some madcaps coming out, but I don't think it's going to come out in time.
Feel like he's already down. That helps. One phalanx is not siege. He will siege him now. The wall helps. The madcaps are here. They will die.
Yeah, the wall's keeping these phalanxes pretty well protected.
Oh,
Eidolon
there is a
thinking
third
about
for
doing
link
that.
jump in the
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
The
You took the one
proxy.
close. Cannons are raised. They're all alive at the moment. Ooh, and the splash from the tanks is going to clean up most of these Lucizlos here.
Captain Caesar burning, losing health.
Again, it didn't look like a great fight for the Beaver, but he does still have the eco advantage. I don't think this third has been scouted yet.
He'll drop a cake run forward.
We do have Gorgons
Dude, I love
out.
this.
And you gotta be
Dude,
careful.
he
These Gorgons, when you
should-
get a...
He should set up. He should totally set up an Eidos in his base. That would be so cool.
He definitely needs to repair these captaincies, though. A couple of them are pretty close to burning down. See if he notices.
He might not. Cause he's burrowed, waiting for an ambush. It's pretty cool. I like this strand.
He's rebuilding his stockade wall. And he does have Gorgons on the way still. We're up
Yeah,
to
looks
6.
like Beaver is trying to take a fourth on the left side of the map. The other left, then Linksham has there might scout it actually. Probably not.
No, but he is going to see the third, and there's not a lot over there to defend that.
True. A lot of Ancells. Gorgons. And the Gorgons are pretty good against what Linksham has, honestly.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of anti-air here, except for the Quasis, and they get burned down pretty easily. He is going to push across to this third. He scouted it. Workers are
Linksham
on
should
the run.
totally get it here too, though. Oh no. This looks bad. The Masons.
They are going to get routed here. It looks like they're going to get swarmed. Oh! Mineral walking.
This is funny.
Sending the entire Zerg army on a merry chase. And the thing is, even if he loses all these, he's still going to be equal on workers. So this is really delaying a lot of the aggression here out of Linkchamp. Giving him time to stack up these Gorgons. The thing about these Gorgons, once you get enough of them stacked together, it's a pretty scary doom stack to push into.
Yeah, especially with Ancells, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think we definitely need to see a tier 2 out here real soon from Linkchamp.
You know, it would help him a lot. Like, he's really not expecting an air switch here. And we see Wyverns now. That might be interesting. They actually got a little bit reworked because they now have a delay and they also don't shoot back. They can only shoot forward or to the side.
And the stockade wall has shut down this push altogether. Yeah, this is not looking good for Linkchamp. He's lost the front line. He's going to try to push in here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. These are all just
Yeah,
going to get
like
deleted.
Zalazgar dying. Beaver should immediately go and pressure. Kill as many
this is
workers as he
definitely-
can.
It's definitely something that should induce you to move out, and he will move out with his air force. He's going to keep the rest back at home to kind of keep the wall tight.
Beaver does not know about the third, I'm pretty sure. He's looking at the corner base. There's not much at base to defend Link.
Peter's third floating back over here to land again.
No, now he knows about the third.
Looks like he's getting his tech sniped out here. Nothing left at home to defend against this. The only thing moving back is Zoryuths, and they're not going to be able to shoot up here, so...
No. Yeah. Smart decision to switch her. That wall though, wall is legendary for Beaver.
Yeah, absolutely. When he rebuilt it there, he kind of blocked all pathing, so the Zoryuths weren't really able to get in and start...
Yeah,
getting on
I
top
feel
of
like
the
that
field.
wall with still like 3 pushes from Link Champ.
I wonder if that's something he's practiced specifically for Genesis Y, with these biotic bastions kind of helping you wall off here, or what?
I wonder. Might have been a lucky accident. Holy, so many K-grunts. No, Link Champ does not know when to quit. That's pretty sad.
No, I think this is pretty well over here.
Yeah, the first game he played, he didn't live until the last building has fallen, so he still believes.
Organ stat continues to grow. All in all, yeah, definitely a good showing here from the Beaver. He has found this other base. He's going to move that out of his way.
Yep. He actually first scouted it by accident because one of the Gorgons was rallied and
Oh, no.
and it died.
Fourth
See Beaver
on the way
taking a
for him.
4th. In the corner base, I expect to soon die.
All in all, though, I think we saw a lot of adjustment here out of Link Champ. He definitely got his natural up a lot more smoothly than he did the first one we saw.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to be creative to try to check what he can do.
I think one of the big things holding him back
This is
at the
actually
moment is
not
just not
good
getting
for
enough patches
Beaver,
around.
but I mean, he doesn't really have much to lose at this moment. Even if he loses all his army, he dealt crippling damage to Link Champ. Dude, and see, he's trying to sneak his Drolevs away to maybe build a sneaky expert. Not nice. I don't think we have a policy for them, but yeah, it's GG.
Good games.
Or rather, a lack of it again. Okay. So we'll increment the score for the Beaver as he won 2 matches now. And now that infested will challenge him for another game.
Let's see what map we got picked down here. I gotta hand it to Link Champ. He had some pretty decent attacks there. I think one thing
It looked
holding him back
promising
is
for him.
he's not putting down enough production. We don't see enough hatches coming out of him. Maybe a couple Larvons to spin down his
Yeah,
damage.
his macro got stuck, and he didn't really upgrade his technology at all after Lucky Zaboisks and Zorius. So he just needs more practice, but it seemed good for him. Like he almost broke Beaver down on one moment, right? Like,
Yeah.
he
I think
just-
one of the big things he didn't really go to tier 2. It might have just been because he didn't scout that third early enough. He thought he was a little further ahead than he was, but
Let's see on that infested peaks as the map. Blackwater.
looks like we're going to Blackwater.
Okay. I hope he changed his name. I asked him to do so.
How is it that he signed up? Because I think this is the name he always uses.
He uses that infested without any weird, like.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that's the policy that we follow. Is always use the name that you signed up as. So. Okay. I'll believe him. Fine. Because I think you sign as two names. One is like a display name, and one is an in-game name, if I remember correctly. So maybe that's true. Okay. So we are going to a map called Blackwater Bastion, and let me show the maps. This is the map, and at the bottom left, like second in second row, second column, and it's a force spawn on a wasteland map.
another Betty B classic.
Yep, and yeah, it has a pretty tough third IMO, but we'll see what it looks like, and yeah, let's do a ready check. And is Beaver ready? 1 sec.
Pulling out his flashcards here, find his next little tricky build he's got sorted out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, this match might be tough because Beaver is playing third map in a row, and that infested has probably so how the game was for him now. So he probably has some strats, probably ready. Let's say for lack of fun, and well, I guess.
Yeah, looks like we're ready.
I guess I'll confirm that he's ready too. Okay. So now in the bottom left corner we see Dark Spring Green Protoss, Dead Infested. In the top left we see Sapphire Terran, the Beaver, 99. It's a PVT. We see a one Mason harvesting gas from the Beaver. And we see a pylon and a scout from Dead Infested. I'm really curious what they will go for. I guess the Beaver is going for a fulcrum since he's harvesting gas. And
Yeah, it looks
Dead
like that's
Infested,
most likely.
I don't know. I feel like, I suspect that he'll try to pressure. Because he saw what happened last game, probably. And I would assume he will just do very aggressive pressure. And he will scout him first. He went just right with the scout, so he'll know where he is. And a gateway goes down. One gas. One on gas, yeah. And fulcrum for the Beaver.
I think actually the angle the scribe came in, Beaver changed his direction on his worker here. No, never mind. He's scouting the wrong way now. It's unfortunate. Dead Infested doing a little bit of light harassment here, the worker.
Yeah, to distract the player, hoping for them to make a mistake. It's also very actually threatening because you might lose a worker.
Yeah, Arbos has been doing this to me in some games. I lost a couple of gas miners to this.
Yeah, it's annoying. It requires quite a lot of APM to actually shuffle your workers properly and respawn without losing too much minerals.
Yeah, if you over-respond just a little bit, you're giving
Yeah.
up a lot of economic
And
advantage.
Protoss kind of OP because they have flash shielding.
Oh, unfortunately, he's not going to be
We'll
able to
go
flash
down.
shield this.
You know, you can't flash shield vultures. Too strong, too imba. Actually, I feel like vultures are like one of the weakest units right now. But
Yeah, the
they're-
lobotomy mine gives him a lot of value as
Yeah,
kind of a setup for
sure.
your other stuff. Yeah, but
They're kind
They're a little
of
bit-
a filler unit that's only used to the mines, but they can be like I saw Hamster do some things with them, and they kind of work. But they really don't want to fight an unstunned army. They really would prefer to just fight when they have
yeah.
absolute advantage, which is fitting for the name, right? But also not very cost efficient in general, I'd say.
I will say back before Eud had to take a little bit of a break there, he was doing a lot of early timing pushes, like 5 or 6 vultures, just rushing up your ramp. Pretty hard to deal with early on for Protoss.
Yep.
Ori is out for the Beaver. He is still on one
3
Fulcrum, so
vultures,
Steph-
one Cyclops. He
He
has
can do
enough
more
for a
damage.
ministry now. But we will see another fulcrum, it seems, yeah. So far, both players are one basing.
A pretty standard opening here from Dead Infested, the double gateway.
The worker will run away. Cool. Cool for the Beaver. And that infested will try to pressure, it seems. Beaver will immediately plant some mines. Good from him. He just needs those units to be ready to respond, since those mines will surely go off soon. Okay, will he react? Does it seem like 7? We see 2 more Dracodins. I wonder if that infested will back this up with a 3rd gate, or will he try to actually expand? This could be deadly. You don't want... Oh no.
Here we go.
One Dracodin down and the second one will fall.
Yeah, that's gonna shut out this aggression. Oh, Dead Infested is sticking around here. Good focus fire on the vultures.
Yeah, he traded something for those drags. The vulture will fall. Okay. I think this trade was still favored towards the Beaver, but it's still useful that that infested was able to pick those vultures.
Beaver is streaming out across the map. It looks like he's gonna go for some counter aggression of his own.
Yep, there are 4 Dracodins. He doesn't want to lose the Cyclops, but he won't. Wow.
3rd Fulcrum on the way now.
Yep. But you know, there's no healing for the Beaver. He doesn't have a mid bay. So any damage you deal to that army is permanent. Unlike for Protoss, which only hull damage is permanent for.
Looks like we might be getting an expansion here. He has enough for a ministry. Protoss expansion a little bit ahead, but pretty even timing for both players. One thing to keep in mind, there's no embassy yet out of Dead Infested, so he is going to be behind on worker count here.
Yep. He does have 3 gates. I wonder what his tier 2 follow-up will be. He seems to like rogue galleries, but I don't know. Would be interesting to see some other branches too. What's your favorite tier 2?
It's hard to say. I don't have a lot of Protoss versus Terran under the belt, so I lean towards Stargate.
Goliaths can be pretty good, Cyclops too, but
Yeah, I think it just comes down to who has the higher count when you start going for the exemplar stack.
yep. And you know the thing is with air units you usually can pick your battles, because
Yeah.
you can pass through terrain that ground units cannot. So
Yeah, and the map especially around the 3rd and the natural, there's plenty of terrain there to abuse.
Yep.
So
and once you take the 4th, I feel like that's pretty hellish because there's a lot of maneuvering room for the air units.
Yeah.
On the top and the bottom.
Dead Infested looking out for some pressure here.
Those mines could be deadly. Oh no!
Oh, that's not good.
Forcing the issue and... Oh. Less units died than I expected. A lot of them survived with low HP. And the Ecclesia's passive helped. That Drakaden decided to sacrifice himself for the better of the whole.
Now there is an engram here at home, so it's going to be hard to push too aggressively into this.
Yeah, but he could set up a contain and his economy is pretty good.
Still on the 3 Fulcrum. We still haven't, like you said, we haven't seen any healing come out just yet.
No, but so far there's only one Cyclops that is wounded, which is good for him, but... You know, with Goliaths you really want those clerics.
Yeah.
And it doesn't cost you that much, it's just like a bunch of minerals. There seems to be lacking worker production on the beaver side. He has an advantage still, but I might... Okay, never mind. He queued. That's good. He prepared a watchdog for scouting. I wonder if he's trying to all-in him in a second. He has a bunch of Goliaths and Cyclops, which are both really good. Probably the strongest tier 1 units that Terran has at their disposal. But you know, we see no Ansiles, we see no clerics, so...
Yeah, without the healing of the Ancials, it's going to be tough to kind of push into the base with the defender's advantage.
Yeah,
And it looks like we have tier 2 coming out here now from Dead Infested.
Dangram really helps when you have when the enemy has no healing or shielding.
Yeah.
We also see a lot of Zealots.
Atreus, this is the first unit we're going to see out of the Grand Library here. Usually more of like a Zerg favored unit, I think, but I guess we'll see how it plays out.
I have not seen much of them lately. I have not went for them much at all lately, honestly, but it has a new graphic. It's pretty cool. I think they're also faster now, right?
The Atreus, yeah, I think it got a pretty significant speed boost. Definitely been favoring Grand Library a lot for the Zerg matchup. Cantavis early pulls a lot of weight.
Yeah. Can definitely see that.
And we got a Stargate follow-up as well. So we'll get scouted out by the Watchdog.
Yeah, Beaver already prepared Watchdogs, and he has a lot of Goliaths, so he's not scared.
Yeah.
He's building those Ansiles now.
Yeah, 2 at a time.
You know, this is a thing I find players do sometimes, which I'm not sure if it's correct gameplay choice, but they will go for they will not go for any tech for a while, and then they will do 2 different techs at the same time. Which feels a little unfocused and like random, perhaps. We see a big engagement. Beaver does not have all his army selected.
Cyclops count was produced quite a bit. There's only 6 left.
Look at those Goliaths on the left. They're prepared for any kind of air unit that would come from the Stargate.
Yeah, it's actually really good heads up play there from the Beaver.
Just planting mines in
Will
case an attack comes.
Would be the choice. So he's probably going to try to sit here and stack up 2 or 3 of these before he does anything big.
I think the point of Gladius of Atreus is mostly the AoE, because they seem to have average DPMs, but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, it's a little more splash focused Drakaden basically.
Beaver has his 3rd and his 4th and his 5th. That's awesome for him.
And he's already ahead 20 workers here.
Who's the winner? Like, the winner is with 3 wins or 4 wins? I don't remember.
It's first to 4 is the group winner, and then you got to play out second.
Okay.
Yeah, the big thing here is the soft contained Beaver's doing is definitely going to put him so far ahead once these bases start taking off. We are seeing the quarries start to come down on these ministries in the second and third, so we're definitely going to start to take off heavily here.
I see more fulcrums. I don't think he has the... No, I don't see any Atlas coming yet. He has so many
No.
bases down. Now he has to saturate them. He has a
And he's
decent
also-
contain. That infested will not take his fourth. Unfortunately for him.
Yeah, with 8 Ancils here to cover this army, he definitely is going to be able to soak up a lot of damage whenever he does take this fight.
Yep.
2 Matrix coming down to help reinforce the natural. And Dead Infested, he's getting a little bit of everything here. We got Ardent Authority down now, Rogue Gallery behind. Unfortunately, I don't know if he has the money to spend down on all these structures on the 2 base, but... He's up to 4 Gladius here. Once you start getting past the number 4, it starts to get pretty scary with these units.
Yeah, and once they stack their balls, it's pretty deadly. This crime will go down shortly. Ha! Maybe not. Got spotted by 1 Goliath.
A lot of workers transferring over here. It looks like Beaver favoring the gas income.
He has the aquifers. That's for sure.
Tier 2 almost on the way here.
Architect. That would be useful. Dude, he went for 4 different tier 2 buildings. I was wondering what he would go for, and he went for everything.
Yeah. He's still floating a lot of minerals here. He's got these gateways running. So far, he's doing okay on army. Ancil's pulling a lot of weight here, though.
Yeah.
But this choke is actually favoring Dead Infested. He's got a better
Yeah.
concave.
It's interesting. Seems like his army is falling. Either is losing. More Goliaths are coming, but this is too late.
I think he's going to wipe this out. Only 1 Ancil remaining, 6 HP. It might have just been the lack of the healing. I think that's what got him here.
Yeah.
Didn't have quite enough sustain to fight into this.
I mean, he's also fully tier 1 still, and there's a lot of tier 2 units for that infested.
Now, one thing to keep in mind, the Atlas did just finish, so we are going to have tier 2 coming out from the Beaver here soon.
Might be too late.
True.
I worry that he might die to this push. There's
He
not
doesn't
much
have a lot
to...
of time.
Yeah. He has 10 Goliaths, it seems.
No anchors either. He didn't really prepare for any kind of pushback.
Those
the
lobotomy
mine hit
mines
was-
are pulling their weight.
You got to kite back this fight, though. I don't think he can just stand here and take it. He will start moving
Yeah.
backwards.
There will be
No
more
answer.
Goliaths on the way.
Captain
He
sees...
just popped.
It might be too little too late here, though. I think tier 2 transition was just a little too slow. Another good mine hit, though. It's going to delay the push up the ramp.
He might hold for a while, and we have to remember he has a lot of bases. He transferred a lot of his masons.
Now, he is going to lose a lot of them at the natural at the moment. It is distracting some of the push up this ramp. So that might be what he needs to actually
Captaincies are
stabilize
up
him.
now. I see madcaps. I feel like madcaps are actually not that good anymore. They haven't been in the meta for quite some time.
Yeah, maybe...
Oh,
getting to
a
popular
lot of
tier two.
Goliaths actually. That's not looking bad for Beaver. Oh, I
Yeah,
think
he's
moving
got
forward was
Architect.
a mistake. The Architect is
Yeah.
down.
The
Madcaps are
Madcaps
doing a
getting
lot of
stuck in
work.
here, though. More to follow. I think he will stabilize here.
Seems
It'd
like
be a good idea
so.
probably to cancel some of these madcaps and get some apostles out, I think. Now there is. He didn't notice this one Draken.
The Beaver still
Yeah.
has 40 workers above what that Infested has. But you know, that Infested got his food now, and there's another push coming. Question is, can Beaver hold? He still has no healing.
Yeah, he's definitely behind in units here, and he definitely probably doesn't want to stand out here. At
Those
this choke.
Gladiuses might get sniped though. Okay, he's controlling
Control,
them.
pull one back. Control.
One goes down.
One down, one down.
The Madcaps will do a lot of work. But is this enough?
And the captaincies are idle behind this, though. All of his production is idle here. I think he's not going to have enough.
I don't see any tier 3, no.
And just like that, I think Dead Infested might be taking this game.
Might be true, although Beaver has a lot of economy. He has captaincies in his corner base.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we do see that. Yeah, you know, if he actually just lifts up the Atlas and gets it out of there, he's probably fine here. Looks like he will do that.
He's afraid of moving his Madcaps, and I feel like that is a mistake. He could have defended, possibly. His fear is
He's gonna lose
falling.
a lot of workers here, yeah.
He's running away, but is he running the correct direction?
The Atlas looks like it will get out, so his tier 2 is still secure. For some reason, we got tier 3 off the back of this. That might be a little bit of an overplay, but... Once again, the captaincies back in the corner here are idle.
I feel like if he went to Olympians, that would have been so good for him. And
Yeah.
Olympians are tier 2, like I noticed.
Fulcrum's finding a new home down here. At 9 o'clock.
His Atlas will go down. It seems.
Uh-oh. Now, he does have the tier 3 behind this, so...
Yeah, those Madcaps are not reacting. The Atlas will actually get away, I think. Called it too early. Beaver doesn't have the worker advantage anymore.
No, he's actually fallen quite a bit behind here.
He has Apostles though, which means he can use that Infested units against him. So... Rebellion, I'd say. Those Fulcrums have landed. They might try to build things.
Yeah, they've been idle for a minute here. I think he's trying to get as much out of these captaincies as he can right now.
They're also idle.
Tier 3's finished up now.
Yeah, maybe he was waiting to build something tier 3-ish, but I don't know. He's building an iron foundry, yeah, that's sort of what I expected.
And will this Gladius scout the Fulcrum Hotel?
That Infest is very aggressive, but this might fight back on him. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
A
ideally
lot of
you
units are reviving.
Oh,
Dude, those bells are so thematic, honestly.
just like that.
Madcaps will lose most of their stacks, unfortunately for them. He should not chase.
Definitely got to be careful pushing up too close when you're trying to fight these armies of the Apostles.
I feel like Beaver desperately needs another base. So
Okay,
he
he
will
is
get
floating
us
here.
killed.
His ministry is floating down here to this 3rd. He's basically migrated to a whole new main.
Yeah.
And
It's
I
as if
think
he
you see that.
spawned in the top right. Okay, the Fulcrums were spotted. Looks like they will be attacked. And they will be lifted too.
The great migration begins again.
Exactly. Not all of them lifted though.
if he lands this and just starts producing right next to the space.
Beaver is slowly saturating his food. Fulcrums will go down.
The Dead Infested has to be careful here. If he waits around too long, he's gonna give the Beaver an opportunity
There's
to
one
get back
Fulcrum
to the
that's scouting Beaver now. I mean, scouting Dead Infested now. Just needs to land it and start making Goliaths at his base. It's pretty funny.
I think Dead Infested here, you could afford to just throw down some more gateways or some more rogue galleries and just really spend down all these minerals. I think Vagrants might be a good answer here to stay away from these apostles while still getting damage in.
I don't know. Beaver lost a lot of workers, so I feel like he'll just get outscaled now. His rate of economical growth is not that high now.
Yeah, true, but
Very
we also,
slowly.
again, we haven't seen any production, any additional production come out here yet from Dead Infested, so.
There are penumbras though. You know, one unit I would really like to see is on Tickaton. It feels like they were completely forgotten. I don't know if you're familiar with the unit, but it's like an aura reclamation kind of unit. So it's like similar to how apostles work,
Oh.
but
Yeah, I've
That's
actually
an
seen
aura.
the AI use them a few times. I think it's the only thing I've seen it get used though.
yeah, people completely forgot. This penumbra is pretty favored by the term players, it seems. In general, but also by the Beaver.
Beaver is gonna kind of move out here. Try to get a good position to defend his 3 base. Dead Infested does take another base here at the 9 o'clock.
You know, Beaver is tier 3, and Dead Infested has not built any production for a while now.
Now he has
There's no
added
tier
in 1
3.
Ancestral Archives. We got the first Tecton out, but
I don't see where. Oh yeah, in his net.
he's not building anything else out of it just yet though.
What do you think about the new revised Tecton?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I haven't done the math on the actual DPS differences, but it definitely feels nicer. It feels chunkier now with the big volley.
Yeah, I feel like it deals more damage, but if it can potentially miss a lot of the damage if it's not microed properly.
Yeah, overkilling something maybe. Or...
Yeah, the volley takes much longer to finish. That Infested is focusing the Masons with the Gladiuses. A lot of units are dying for the Beaver.
All the Gladius are down, but there's definitely a lot of backline here still left for the Infested.
Penumbras are doing their work, but will this be enough? All Madcaps have died. Penumbras are being sniped. I think this is over.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the writing on the wall now.
Definitely. Now, seeing Obtecta next to Architect feels really good because they used to feel very similar as units, but now Obtecton definitely feels higher tier, which is really cool.
Yeah. I gotta say, I gotta give Dead Infested props on this one though. He definitely was in a very behind position for most of this game, but he found a good timing to push out before the tier 2 could really take off, and he caught Beaver.
Yeah, it feels like
bit.
Beaver's macro slipped where he didn't spend when the timing push happened. So no diadems, no victory. Exactly.
Penumbra's gonna try to fight it out to the end here, but good game called from the Beaver.
GG. And he actually GG's. Awesome manners. Okay, so now Link Champ will pick his map. that there's actually an FFA map. I hope we'll actually get to it. It'd be so fun.
We've exhausted half the maps in our pool now, so.
I'll quickly be right back.
All right.
Hi guys, it's me, Veek.
Which Veek is the real Veek?
I'm Veek 3.
Still waiting on Link Champ here to pick the next map. Maxim it is.
So that was an awesome match. And now we see Maxium being picked by Link Chomp. And let's quickly go to the maps view. So Maxium is an interesting map. It's actually Axiom but mirrored to be a 4-player map instead of a 2-player map. It has seen some interesting games, definitely. And the most interesting part about this map, I think, is the top and bottom treasuries that you can send your workers to. And this is actually very intelligently placed because it feels like a natural thing to do. After you take after you're third, you just send your workers there, and it's pretty neat. Works well. I definitely feel like in my next maps, which I haven't done for a while, I'll try to use the treasuries. They seem neat. I like them. And yeah, it's a 4-player map, so the players will have to scout to know the position of their opponent. And it's generally a map with big middle, which means some epic fights can happen. And yeah, Jujig, you here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll do a ready check.
I think Link Champ said he needs a second here.
Okay.
Yeah, this is definitely Maximum is definitely a wild card map for me. I don't think I've gotten to play any games on it just yet.
I'll play this cards because that infested has now won his second game, which means we are 2-2-0. Hell yeah, Link Champ. Win 2 games to force an FFA. So what's up, Ronaga? Did you finish already? Was your group done?
He moved back up to the other channel. He was in here while you were gone,
Yeah.
being Veek 3.
That's funny. I wonder if the first group has ended already.
Yeah, Arbus won, from what I've been told.
I feel like we have a lot of games ahead of us still. So that feels early. I don't know.
Yeah, Dead Infested definitely punching back. He's not going out of this one too easy.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Dude, we said hi at the same time.
Yeah.
That's because we're epic. Yeah, Group A concluded with Arbuz 4-0, Mystery Meat 2-2, Night Fox 0-4.
Want to cast
Rough
with
for
us?
Fox.
I'm sort of rough, honestly. I feel like I haven't been casting the best, but still better
Yeah.
than nothing.
No, yeah, listen, I appreciate having the back stream. Gives us something to watch when we're waiting for the next one.
Do you wanna join?
Yeah, one sec. Oh my, 2.5 oof faces.
Looks like both of our players are ready here.
They said they're ready, right? You can just turn.
Yes, looks like it. And by looks like it, I mean I can't see.
Okay, so in top left we see Pumpkin Protoss, Dead Infested, and in the
Well,
bottom...
you're not guessing?
No.
That's Scarlet.
It is. Yeah, it's
Dude, I'm fucking good at this.
in the bottom right. It's Link Champ, a Zerg.
I wasn't planning on casting, so I should go close my door, which means
You. Okay, we'll see a live as opener again. Seems pretty standard.
I'm back.
Can you
So,
learn to
how has
describe
Link Champ
all
been
that?
doing? Sorry, Jujiko, tell me how Link Champ's been doing. What's been going on? I missed all of his games. I only saw the end of the last one.
He had some signs of life in one of them against the Beaver. He had some good pushes, but he delayed tier 2 a little too long, and I think he's not putting down enough hatches to keep up with his production. But otherwise, he seems to have a pretty solid grasp on the game.
Okay, gotcha.
I feel like the strategy wise, maybe it's fine. It just felt like his APM was the limiting factor where he was not able to like do many, or rather multitasking was the limiting factor where he wasn't able to do all the things that he needed to do. So he just like narrowed down on the choice he was currently doing, and he was definitely overbuilding static defense, but that's sort of expected if your efficiency isn't the greatest. There's second gate from Dead Infested before the first actually finishes. So I
Yeah, that
wonder what
usually
this will be.
means that you're going for like a Legionnaire first, but
Yeah.
the timing doesn't seem to be here for Dead since his minerals
See,
are a little
that
bit of a
feels
thing.
like a misplay a little bit.
That's all right. You can get away with low efficiency stuff. This is the undercard tournament.
Yeah.
The underclass invitational
Satellite
tournament.
is one we see.
So this is interesting. Got a second Kagrant for Link Champ already.
Yeah, he's been favoring a little static D right out of the gate after the first game.
I mean, it'll help with run bys, but well, maybe not because it's fairly far forward. Oh, Dead Infested. What are you up to, you dog?
Yeah, I don't know. But we see 5 pairs of Zephyr cores coming, so might be deadly if he doesn't pay attention. They are
He's
coming.
honestly done a good job here not instantly turning this into a circuit.
Well, there are 10 Zets heading across the map. That will beat the 2 Zealot Ecclesiast that's going to be here for Dead Infested.
Yeah.
So we could just see like a really fast. I mean, why do people make wardens off of proxy pump? What is that warden going to do for you? You just ignore it. Just go across the map. That's exactly what Link Champ is doing.
One
Making
warden
a
is
blind
useful
prowl.
only when you want to like crawl a cannon rush.
Yeah. All right, let's see if Link Champ has the balls, has the gusto, surrounds the
around here.
Ecclesiast.
Yeah, the Achilles just dies. The buff is helpful.
It is. Good micro here for Dead Infested. He's only going to end up losing one Zealot here. I thought he would end up losing more. Oh, might.
Oh, yeah,
no, it'll stay
yeah,
alive.
pretty good.
Yeah, the
Second
extra
Warden.
Zealots had worked out. Yeah, if the second Warden came down before those extra Zealots, you would have been just foaming at the mouth, calling Dead Infested 6 ways from Sunday. Headline on the line. What are you doing? This is a Biddy B strategy. But it is. It is a Biddy B strategy.
Okay, he picked up the K-Grant, so he is going to try to set up for his expansion here.
Yeah.
These Zevs are coming back, and the Surkif will be morphed.
You know, the Ovileth should have actually revealed something there with its very large sight range when it came out of the Larvosk, but
This
now
Warden
you have
will
to be able to see
useless,
that.
I feel like.
You
Like,
have
it
to be able to
doesn't.
see that.
I don't think this is even in range of the Larvas. Like, maybe it will pick an egg or
Yeah.
or a Larva.
No, I think it can hit
sometimes,
the
but-
Larvosk, I'm pretty sure. He needs vision of it, though. It's, like, just barely in the diagonal.
Oh,
Hey, look
one
at the
thing that
borrowed
Link
Zephyr.
Chomp really loves to do is burrowing. He had an interesting ambush prepared, and unfortunately it got scouted. But like he essentially had this like death trap on Genesis Y.
All right, jig is up. These Zets can just clean this Warden push up entirely.
No, it
this
can,
has got
it
to
can
feel so
hit,
bad,
yeah.
though.
He needs to get the right surround. He can't come in from the south like this. You can see all of his Zets getting clogged up here where they could be doing a full surround.
Yeah. Easy clean out,
Interesting, he
honestly.
doesn't go for the pylons.
No, he gets the worker, though. He needs to hit that Warden. The pylon,
There's
that's
a
not even the pylon
micro.
powering it.
And the push is coming, you know.
Yeah, he does the Circuit, but it's... There's a much smaller army than you should expect, but 12 Zets, I think he should be able to stabilize. It's a question of if he can defend that Circuit at all.
Yeah, he should definitely not suicide his Zevs now. Or maybe that's fine.
No, he needs to kill that because his Larvosk was about to die.
Oh no, bot focus.
Yeah. Okay, he loses one more Zeph, but now the units are coming on through. They kill the Kagrant. Or kill the Circuit, I should say.
No, he's not paying attention. This is bad for him. He's losing workers. The Zevs are still idle.
Yeah, he had the worker advantage before this. Man, he's going to be so expensive for him to clean up those Zealots. They're still going haywire on the Droleths. I think Dead Infested's got it, boys.
Yeah, looks like it.
No,
No
FFA for
FFA
us.
today.
Yeah.
No FFA today. Man,
Did
so
it
many
ever
minerals in the
happen?
bank too for Ling. No, it's never happened before.
It's interesting because this was like the only loophole in the system. We patched it and the loophole never happened.
No. I gotta say, Warden Nimba? Question
Yep.
mark?
Yeah, absolutely. He's still going, though. He doesn't want to give up. He's got a huge bank. Like, it sounds silly because he's only got one worker left, and it's burrowed in the natural, but he actually could try to stabilize here. I just don't think it's possible. I feel like Dead Infested's totally checked out. Like, he's thinking, oh, yeah, I won the game, but maybe he started to have some question marks, the fact that your opponent isn't leaving, sort of similar to Beaver. He's just kind of running circles around.
Yeah, the Link Champ
He's
seems to
wasting his
tend to
time.
force you to take the game all the way to conclusion.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
he
need
does,
to
okay.
kill all his buildings before he won't leave.
Oh, okay. Interesting strat.
And
He's
he'll
got the-
try
he's-
to run with his rollers too. which
What's
is-
he doing? He's doing a dance. That's the leave me alone dance. Oh, no, not the
Really?
worker. Battle worker. Oh, it died.
Clearly, it's intimidated the
Yes.
Zealots here. They're trying to figure out what to do about
This
this.
is the most APM he's ever had, I think.
Ah, no.
Dance. Slash dance. Oh, I tried to type it
Why
in
is
the
he
chat.
doing
but it
that?
didn't work. He's a goober. So, for those who don't know, we're going to now see a demonstration. Maybe it's already happened. No, he's actually going to leave. But
it
the
crashed.
Larvosk and the Hatcherosk, yeah, that happens with leaving. Sometimes we have something messing up with like our globals freeing, I think. But the Larvosk and the Hatcherosk are the only things that Dead Infested actually had to kill there to force a defeat, because factories are the only thing that counts. Not any structure. You can't play hide the pylon or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, it's in that case we'll have Beaver, choose his next map. Beaver is honestly amazing so far. Like, I did not expect such performance from him.
Well, I would say Beaver is the favorite to win this group hands down, but Dead
Yeah,
Invested
that's-
taking a game off of him is pretty cool.
That's what I thought because you sorted him first, but I remembered him not being as good as he is, so it's definitely a nice
Oh, I
surprise
just
for
sorted
me.
it based on the race, so Terran, Protoss, Zerg.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, you still
Just like
favored
on the
him,
website.
so well.
Yes, yeah, I favored him. But like I favored Arbuz to take the upper card, and he did. So I don't know. I'm just saying 1-0 on the predictions. Beaver got to make me make my reality.
What do you
come
think
true.
I will be? I'll be second or third? Might be third, honestly. Depends how many times I roll Terran.
Yeah, you're going random, so I can't. I mean, I could put you as first, but I feel like Ramen is too good. I think it's probably you can fight Krankendow for second, depending on the race you roll, probably in the matchup. But funnily enough, even though we have a lot of Terrans, people have seemingly the least experience practicing versus Terran. I guess technically Krankendow's probably practiced versus Zerg mirrors the least, so you might be able to catch him off guard there.
All right, so we're going to Old Scars here.
Must be a nice time for you, Jujik. We saw this in game 2 of the upper card.
Oh yeah, I actually got to go back and watch all of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I should, but I have so little time.
You what now?
So little time to do things like that.
Oh, watch the tournaments, you mean? In the
Yeah.
past?
Yeah, I wasn't sure how to think about Arbus here coming into this one since he'd been saying he's having some trouble with his new mouse. But it seems like he got it sorted out.
Yes, indeed. Well, Link Champ can still try to compete for second place here, but for now he's going to be watching on. It'll be the Beaver 99 and Dead Infested. Rematch of Blackwater Bastion.
Wait, who won the last game? I forget how they score.
Dead
It was-
Infested won the last game.
Okay, so he's free.
TPD, brothers.
Okay, that's the colors.
Guess the colors? Ultramarine Terran.
Yeah.
And Electric Blue Protoss.
No,
Glacial?
Maya blue.
I would never fucking guess that color. Whoever put that needs to be fired.
I don't know. It's probably DF.
It was
I think
DF,
yeah.
and he's on leave anyway, so it's fine. Can't fire him. He's not here.
Two Masons and gas. As always.
Dead Infested stealing my first worker scout here.
Oh yeah, he's scouting at what? Did he scout at 7? What did he do? Pylon scout?
Yep.
Yeah,
it
I
feels
used to do
very
that
early.
a lot before, but I stopped. And now I always forget to send the scout on for player maps, and it's sad.
I know Krankendow likes to do double scout, and he's playing Zerg, which is like the race where you need your workers the most.
Yeah.
So that feels really scary to do. Is like, dude, what about my economy?
I mean,
What
with
economy do I
larvas,
have?
I feel like that's not that true anymore. Like, it's still true, but not as true, because you can rebuild them very quickly.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the early scout into the
You
twin.
see
I know that Link
Lattice,
gets
that's
nice.
interesting. I have not seen Lattice work against Terran yet, especially against Mag.
Gateway.
Although maybe
follow.
Manifolds? Manifolds are pretty good now. They're great, honestly.
I still want people to do Manifold Sim or something because of the armor pen.
I tried to, and then people told me I am playing bad builds and I should stop.
Worker tickle. Ooh. Wait, this is backwards. The scribe at Beaver's base is being BTFO'd by a mason that built the fulcrum. That's like the opposite of what is supposed to happen. Build a pylon, you won't.
A scribe will die, I think, or maybe not. Never mind.
Ooh! A scribe will die. He's in the bottom left corner. It's like 0-0, but not because that's the top left corner. But you get the idea. He was trying to hug the... He was hiding behind the minimap is what he was trying to do.
We do have Sims out. I wonder if maybe Ecclesias follow this up.
Yeah, you're
looks
right.
like it.
I mean, our resident Protoss player here, Jujic, getting the builds called. I feel like versus Cyclops specifically, the sim can work, but you probably do want vassals to like pop the speed so you can kind of kite outwards after taking the shield damage.
Yeah.
Honestly, Cyclops are pretty busted. They deal so
I
much
really,
damage.
listen, Vic, I agree. I think Cyclops are really strong, but literally nobody else agrees with me. They all tell me that I'm an idiot and that
I'm
Cyclops are
playing
horrible
Cyclops every
units.
game, Esther. What do you mean? They're the best.
No, I know, but like Nebline thinks that they're a horrible unit, and then like even though Top Ramen plays it a lot,
Dude,
he's
I
always,
actually argued
you
for
know.
nerf before anyone ever played them because
Yeah.
they have no follow-up, which I think is garbage. But yeah,
No, it's not garbage. It's really strong.
it is. Yeah, the problem.
Well, that infested keeping his gateways idle. Oh no, never mind. Puts keeping his gateway singular idle. Get it? Get it? Because he's making an idle. Oh, I'm so good at this game.
Dude, one game I was wondering what tier 2 tech will that infested go for, and he went for all the
Yes.
tier 2 techs.
Yeah. One rogue gallery, one ardent authority, one
Yeah.
grand library, and one Stargate.
Yep. I don't know how people can play like this. It's literally uncontrolled groupable.
That's good. Use the camera hockey.
Well, now hold on. You're playing Protoss, so you only have the 1A.
That's right. 1E if you're using grid.
Yeah, true.
Here's a vulture, and it gives a free sim. Ah.
I feel like the control groups thing, even if you have a lot of production, it's better to still control group. And I'm trying to learn that, but honestly, just using camera and using mouse and hotkeys is so much more convenient. Even though I don't think it's most efficient.
I need to start using the additional hotkeys for
Yeah.
the grid setup.
Yeah, I do. They're so useful. Although they are a
I just-
little bit mind bending. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
you're just not used
I
to
just
them
never
ever
think about
existing.
'em, yeah.
before.
Well, it's because they're right next to normal hotkeys, so it feels like it shouldn't work, and it does.
Infested looks like he's going to push up here, but he is going to get hit by these mines.
Oh yeah, that was a mistake. You can tell. Here come the battle workers as well. Oh, if he gets this Dracodon, it's super worth, yeah. Oh, look at that. He even stunned all the other units on the
Oh,
other mine.
no.
That was
Oh,
just
no.
foresight. Beaver, how'd you do this? He can just A-move across the map right now.
Dude, he's playing 40 chess again. On Fata Morgana, he built like 3 missile. He plays like perfect watchdogs to snipe the envoy just with like the last missile. And I was saying that
Oh,
he's
wow.
not prepared, and he was
Right.
just
Yeah.
to the inch.
I love that the vultures are coming in for like fast reinforcements as well. It might tip the scales, and then afterwards he goes straight for the Goliaths. Get that extra range,
Yeah, an
that
extra
beef that you need.
fulcrum.
Yeah, he's not going for expo. He wants to take this tempo. I don't hate it. I mean, if you crack the ramp, which you can do, it's a double wide ramp, right? So see what he can do. Needs to get aggressive with these vultures. Clumping up versus the idols is not ideal.
I mean, the Goliath is tanking a lot of the shots from the Golem. And
The idol.
Dracodon will... Yeah, the idol.
I had to do it to you, Veek. All right, he gets rid of that idol. I
It's
mean,
like a golem
there's
to
still
me.
more units coming. If you pull the workers, I feel like you're fine here for Dead Infested. But is he going to do that is the question. Oh.
The first change I need to do when you're not looking is rename idols to golems.
That would be so bad, though. Thematically.
I know.
Wrong. Oh, look, a Mason. It's not a battle worker yet, but it will become one. Still killing the Dracodon is pretty good. We got 2 more Goliaths marching up the ramp here. Beaver could be a little bit more on the ball with that, but that's okay. Just build an anchor.
He's
Put your
building
Goliaths in it.
even more fulcrums. It's
He's
for
got a
now.
lot of minerals in the bank.
Yeah, Dead Infested letting his Nexus idle here as well, so he's falling behind in workers while this is happening.
Yes.
Now, I don't know if focusing the Vagrant is a good idea, because now it gets the buff.
Yeah. Beaver was very lackadaisical on that. He even focused it down that Vagrant. There's a low HP idol that could be sniped at any point, but looks like Beaver will allow his Goliath to be sniped, and maybe Dead Infested is stabilized, but we're talking about a 4 Fulcrum, Goliath producing, 5th Fulcrum on the way, Terran.
Oh,
Just
no.
cutting workers for this push.
Yeah, it feels
because he
really
doesn't
bad
need
because
it.
he'll never have money to expand unless he, like, cuts 2 or 3 cycles of protection.
No, you only need one cycle because you think about Goliaths are 200 each or 150 each rather. So
Yeah, sure. And he can always go treasury, so I guess that's fine.
yeah,
Just he won.
I would still go. I would go a ministry here because when you're ahead, you get more ahead, and if you don't want to
Yeah.
kill him, then you take the macro game, right? And ministries are way better at that. Like treasuries are good for tempo. If you're like, if he hadn't done all of this damage yet, and he wanted to, then making the treasury makes sense because that's going to be less impact on your military. But he's already done that, so. But I don't even know if it feels academic to even say that because I think he's just going to move across the map and win here. But we'll see. 5 Cyclops at a
What
time.
happened?
My man. My man.
Yeah. Stick out.
No, Battle Worker. Absorbs a couple of shots from the idol. Putting
On
down a forward mine.
mines, yeah.
Actually, that's pretty sick because it gets intercepted by the idol and slows it immediately because it
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
So, you can use that, but
They typically
Sort of
also get like focus fired, like automatically by units. So
they always prefer actual military units, but I could see a world where you might misclick.
Dead needs to start getting his units out. Here we go.
Yeah.
well, sometimes
Yeah,
the
I get
units
nervous
in the
when I
back
see
will
that.
will not hit anything but the mines. So sometimes
Yeah, it could be.
happens.
All right, repairing the Goliath. One of them that is in need of repairs anyway. 5 vultures now rallying across.
A lot of army. Those 5 fulcrums are doing a lot.
Yeah, if you remember the last time this happened, there was an engram here to protect that infested. So
Yeah.
Yeah, the pylon he put down to try to do that was sniped earlier by the Goliath, so he can't even do that yet. Oh man, I feel like on the low ground he really has no chance. The Cyclops are going to start stacking up.
Yeah,
that
he's
splash.
moving forward. He's doing it again.
Micro.
Or maybe Beaver did that last time. I'm not sure.
No, if you're thinking about when he was on the top right main, yeah, that was dead. Into the Apostles. No, none needed this time around.
Battle Worker.
Yeah, Battle Worker, get him. Oh, look, he blocked a shot.
He has more Cyclops coming.
Yeah, it's
Alright,
gonna be
see
it.
ya.
No GG.
No GG necessary.
Free. So now
Ling Champ faces off against Beaver for the next
it's
one.
free win.
Now, here's the problem, right? Because of the way that the group was drawn. Now, if Ling Champ can't surprise Beaver and stun him and take a victory, Beaver's going to be able to, he's favored to win the group right here and now.
Yeah. Dude, Muspelheim. Speak Muspelheim.
We did get to
I'll
see
show
it.
the maps.
We saw it as the last game in Group A's upper card.
Oh no, Paradise. Why?
Diddy
Why
B
do this to
wins
me?
again.
Yeah, he has higher chances because he has 4 maps. I have 2. So,
Hey, I only have 1 and it's the FFA decider, dude. How do
Oh,
you think
well,
I feel?
Sage. I haven't made map for way too long. I haven't had time, unfortunately, but would love to. I had some prepared, but they never finished. And I still have to review the Jujic map he sent me. Forgot to do that.
Yeah, I haven't been working on it too much. I've been trying to get games in
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, pracking up for the tourney. I got to shout out Biddy B. He's a legend. He does all of these maps. And I swear, it's like he does the maps in the context of, like, the maps are his tournament. That's it. He still plays in all the tournaments, but he gets pretty much 0 practice playing. He just makes maps. And so it's like, really he wins by getting his maps represented, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, he messaged me the other day right in the middle of prepping for the tournament. He already started working on a new one.
Yeah. So
Nice.
that's his way of practicing. He practices map making. It's really funny too, because I can't remember who I was talking to. It might have been you, Jujic. I was talking about, we were talking about Biddy B's maps, and I was mentioning how, like, it's not like you really have, like, a formal background in map design or whatever, but he comes in, and I guess he's done a lot of Doom stuff, so he's familiar with making maps as, like, making levels, but it's very different. And yet his spacing is pretty good. Like, he has, like, a pretty good basic sense for what needs to be done.
He
and then
does
usually
a
it's
lot
just
of
tweaking the
maps. I
layouts.
remember some of his early ones weren't as good. They just weren't as popular, right? And then he made a lot of ISL like maps, and he got a lot of practice from that. So his map quality skyrocketed after a while. It's just all practice, I feel like, and yeah, he's a good sense now.
Yeah, I think he's got a pretty good eye for it. Like Pro was saying there's a lot of spacing that it's kind of hard to intuit that without having a little bit of practice under your belt. But
Yeah, I
he does a
remember my
pretty good job.
earlier mobs were terrible. Like some of the I think Mortuary was one that was really terrible. It was a 4v4 map.
Yeah, I think there was only one expansion for each player, which led to some very interesting team games.
Yeah, and the middle was so awkward. It was actually 3 middles in a sense. And
I think that's the part I struggle with the most is trying to figure out like a good center that flows well.
yeah, I always try to now start with the like a plan for a center because the center is like IMO the most important part of the map. So
Yeah, if you wait too long, then it's kind of hard to come up with one once the bases are already placed.
are you ready?
You have to ask. Eventually, we'll have to have like a lobby state where you can have the players ready up. That would be
Yeah, it'd be nice.
pretty epic.
So, and the bottom left, Beaver as Terran, and the color is guess.
Zephyr? It's not Zephyr. It's
It's Dark
Midnight.
Sapphire.
I would never guess that.
And
Alright,
top
top right
right,
is-
Zerg, Link Champ. It's look at the text.
Japanese Violet.
Yeah,
Oh, that was really hard.
well the text sells it.
I don't know, dude. The text does help, but the colors made me think it was like one of our dark purples. We only have like 4 purple tones in the game because the colors that you can actually make out of the purples are limited by the palette because the magenta tones get replaced for player color. So it's actually very challenging to make those. Anyway, you guys all came for me guessing colors, so that's why you're here clearly. But we do have a game here, and it will be a Kagrin into
Fulcrum
pool again, I'm assuming.
on the other side.
Dude, Mystery Meat made double stockade like every game. I can't believe it.
The mystery plane.
Yeah, he was in Group A's upper card.
Oh, second place.
He did go mech versus Protoss, but versus Zerg he was much more about
Second
the
place
stockades.
or
It was pretty
third?
Cool. He was second. Fox was
that's
winless
good.
in third. Arbuz was lossless in first.
Yeah.
Pretty polarized group. But honestly, all the games were like even the ones that ended really slowly were fairly close.
But obviously, if
Beaver going
Mystery
for
went
double
Protoss and
scout.
not Terran, he would win.
I
Protoss
don't
OP.
know, maybe. He might have lost the PvPs even faster though, because Arbuz has a lot of practice PvP playing against Neblyman. Hit him up.
Oh, this poor Drolith. The life of a scout.
Hello, I am here to see if you have any motorbikes for sale. Oh, no, I guess not.
2 ships pass in the night,
Yeah.
and he gets a full scout.
Have you guys seen the burrowed? You saw I guess you said that Link Champ set up a burrow at some point.
Yeah, the spies are
So
awesome.
you guys saw the.
I
saw a
was
little bit of
shouting them out like 3 times. I think.
Yeah. Every time I see them, I'm like, holy shit, that's cool. And then I remember I did it, so I was like, oh yeah. Like I was in my head, I'm thinking like, dude, who did that?
Interesting. So we're getting quasis this time instead of Zeds. This is looking like some kind of adaptation.
Well, it could also be a drop. You see the Obeleth coming, but no Kagrin.
And we see Cyclops.
Yeah, big surprise there. Mason dead. Doesn't really get much value out of that scout. Did see no expansion coming, I guess, but it's pretty early for that right
Alright,
now.
last game Beaver won, so it's 3-3-0.
Tigran is in production here.
I feel like circuits are coming. Maybe he will drop them both in the NAD, that would be nice.
Yeah, could do.
Because he did, on Genesis Y, he did circuits in the main, which was pretty wasteful, I'd say. And he also blocked his hatchery. I don't know if he did that here too.
No,
but
no, it's
I
like
think this
hugging
is
it.
perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it does help defend the ramp to be this far, that far back. But you could also put it way further forward if you wanted to defend the
Yeah,
choke.
what I meant is...
It's like an interesting
it's-
choice between.
It's
this on
perfectly
this
not
map.
blocked.
Oh yes, that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Well, you
but-
know the changes you made to make it so that it respects the terrain grid are actually a little over aggressive and don't allow you to unload everywhere you can build. but it's still better than being able to land on ramps. So
Yeah, I noticed that, but
that's something we can tweak out.
it's
later.
not exactly like I would need more hooks probably to make it more precise. I'm just calling the existing handling and hoping
Yeah,
it
that's
does.
All right, double fulcrum is going to get scouted here. Well, maybe not. Lingchamp feeling a little too cautious, a little too dangerous. Dude, dark sapphire. Who the hell gets that color? Seriously. All right, it looks like the expo coming down now for Lingchamp. And you guys said in the last game that he got versus Beaver, he had some good moves and good setups, but narrowly didn't end up working.
Yeah,
Yeah, Beaver had a
so
really good thing at the natural going on with a stockade wall that kind of stalled him out a couple times, but he had some pretty strong pushes with Lakizalus.
yeah, it looked like he almost got him. He I think he destroyed the Ministry of Beaver, and in the main, and killed most of his army. It's just like eventually Beaver held on and later switched to air, and he had nothing against air.
Beaver was
had
like-
nothing.
I think it was like 2, almost 3 times as many workers, and it got shaved back down to a pretty close game. But yeah, the air transition just kind of caught him out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You saw the Vulture go in there just to get shoot away by the Circuit. Interesting that now I think Beaver will be unlikely to try to attack out. So it's a question of whether
He has a
Lingchamp
ministry,
recognizes
right?
the game state. Yeah, the Ministry's almost done, so they're going to have expansions up at a similar timing, but I don't know, like, what does Lingchamp do here? He looks like he's going for a hatch kind of down there. It's a smart move, actually, since it helps you watch for any drops, but maybe not. He was just
Yeah, he's
scouting with
not.
his worker, I guess. I saw Fox doing this in Group A's upper card, and I thought to myself that that's like a pretty... I know Neblime used to do that a lot when he was playing Zerg. So.
Really, what Link needs now is just saturate his net, and then he's good. Then he can probably... Maybe he could, like, save up cast for tier 2, or...
Yep. He's already got 450. Like, he could definitely go for that.
You know, work.
Circuit's
He should be
making
pretty
just
safe,
a ton.
although his borrowed units will get stepped
probably need
on,
to watch
which
out.
is really bad.
Yeah, that's too bad, because he doesn't have any other military. He's making 5 pairs of Zeths, so...
Yeah, this is
You know, if
not
they're
good
busy-
for Beaver, I don't think.
No.
It's taking a lot of
well,
damage.
delayed burst kind of killed the Quasi, but yeah.
One thing that
See-
Beaver doesn't do with this army is any healing. He does do unsales later, but no
Yes.
shamans, no clerics, unfortunately. And Cyclops, I think, really need the healing.
Yeah, they're pretty squishy by themselves. And if you start thinking about the Lakizalisk that you guys were telling me that Lingchamp did well in the previous set
Yeah.
versus...
And
Beaver.
Zorius, also.
Oh, yeah. You just think about the fact that, like, those are things that the Cyclops are going to struggle with in terms of crowd control and trying to bring down the Zorius to begin with, so... All right. Let's see what else is happening over here. Still no workers. He saturated the minerals finally with the idle ones at the natural, but our Zerg player here still just going off with the gas in the
No,
main.
Beaver actually double expands.
Now, one thing to watch out for, Lingchamp does
he
seem
has
to
his
not
net for a while
favor
now. Never mind.
expanding his count here on the hatcheries, so
Oh, okay.
he might fall behind here
Yeah.
if he doesn't start doing that soon.
Especially when he's pressured.
Yeah.
Now that Kagran is not going to finish mutating, so that's a nice pick. Could have been done a lot sooner, but Lingchamp kind of left it idle. I mean, he shouldn't feel super pressured, but he has so many minerals. He could be flooding with Zeths.
So Beaver is probably preparing Watchdogs now. With those 2 Masons that he sent.
There's the 100th
be.
thing finally.
His herd is almost finishing. More Cyclops coming. And I think I saw Goliaths, yeah.
Yep, 3 of them on the front. He can crack through this. There's no static defense being remade.
I think
behind
Goliaths
it.
outrange, no?
No, they have the same. But let's see what the focus fire is like, because those Goliaths were really far forward. 2 of them getting destroyed immediately. Still a pretty good number of Cyclops, but I think this push is going to get held after all. Now, what is he doing with these Kagrans in the main? What's the plan there?
He tends to fall back to him on Circus, but this would be a really good time to get those into some more Larvas. He definitely needs more production here.
Well, yeah, he just needs to use the larva that he has as well. Starting to do that with Zeth's 4 Kagrans on the natural. Easily sniped, so you got to criticize the placement. But if Beaver doesn't sort of continuously check that, they are Larvosks, to your point. That's most of his gas bank. He might just be thinking about doing like a pure Zeth Quaz Flood here. try to be true to his name, although obviously he should rename himself to Rokor Champ. But whatever. I mean, think about the kind of casting calls you could do with this as the Atlas goes down here for Beaver. Just imagine, and Ling Champ turns to Fraud Champ. He wins the whole group. Something like that. Well, he's going to go out here, but that's not the kind of attack you want to be doing right now.
And we're still just seeing
Beaver
the
didn't
naked
do
Vulcans.
anything with his Masons, interestingly. I don't know
Yeah.
why they're there.
They're waiting to become battle workers, I think.
Probably. No Masons in the queue, though. He's missing his cycles.
Yeah, he's making 5 at a time because he's got the double Ministry, double Quarry,
Yep.
and the main Nat, and then he obviously has the Ministry in the third, so...
15 Hydralisks popping out here.
Yeah, that's a good number. Spending down the Vespine, so no tier 2 coming anytime soon. Still has he's got 3 workers in the natural. Like, he's so underworkered and undersaturated. I think that's what kind of separates Beaver from a lot of the newer players, be they class 2s or class 3s. Is that when they come in, they just don't necessarily have the drilled it into their heads that they need to expand a lot.
Yeah, Beaver
need
expands
to
a
build
lot.
workers.
He's good at that.
Yeah.
Although-
Already coming out for him.
I think what he can struggle with is keeping his production running and also scaling the production sometimes. That's what we
Yep.
saw on the Badlands map against the Infested.
Yep, Blackwater Bastion. Well, look
Yep.
at this army, though. I mean, we're going to get 5 more Hydras for a total of 23, or 22, excuse me, and that is going to be a pretty good number, mixed in with
Easy
the Izzies,
captaincies.
mixed in with the rest.
He would like captaincies, so he does
Yeah,
every
that
game.
makes sense. Most of the Cyclops not with this fight. It's allowing Ling Champ to get further forward with the Hydras, most of them on a move, though, and not on an attack move, so not looking too good here for Ling Champ. He can't outrange this army.
Yeah, with all those losses, he's going to be induced to make even more armies. So he's
Yeah,
just
it just
falling
means
further
he
and further behind.
can't go third still, and he really
Yeah.
needs a... Beaver is already on 4 bases. He doesn't have them all saturated, but that's because some of his Masons are idle. I would really like to see phalanxes, like he could easily do 4 phalanx at a time now, but he's really hell stack on the captaincies and the apostles.
Yep, spending most of his gas on that. I mean, he's got the minerals for tier 3, just not the Vespine, and when you're like that, you know you haven't been building and producing that much.
Yeah.
Adding mantles. Yeah, you know, it's funny. He goes for the mantles because cataphracts do outrange the Circuith. Not the Scorchurith, but the Circuith. But at the same time, don't you guys think, like what Vic was saying, could have just thrown down some Palladiums, get those phalanxes up
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, I think the naked Fulcrums just isn't really doing as much damage as he'd like.
It's going to keep the contain going, but we saw this contain strategy fail for Beaver versus Dead Infested. Now, it's a very different matchup, different race, more green opponent, but you've got to think about the propensity of Beaver to maybe get a little too overconfident with that. He doesn't make any star pads either, so doesn't have any drop potential, no Anseals for protection when he runs in. I could see a world where maybe like a bunch of Lakizilisks that are going to be available once the Shroud finishes up, the Ling Champ might be able to wipe the tier 1 army. I just don't see him being able to crack what Beaver's got. He's setting up a 5th base, a 6th base. So,
More mantles on the way.
yeah.
No,
Oh,
I
actually,
did point
see
out
Durandals,
though, he doesn't have
though.
Anseals.
Durandal is an interesting choice. I guess it's to rend the armor and also to have a better front line. To tank those circuits, I suppose. Oh, he's actually going in. He might have an Av, honestly.
I think he will, yeah. He's already
Yeah,
starting to
the
take those
Hydras
Izzies
are
back.
tickled. The circuits are falling. And the bells are ringing.
Yeah, they sure are.
No, Lakizilisks are just about to pop, and he does not have any detection here. There's no Anseals.
You see Terran I0 cores.
That's right. Well, the Lakiz are going to burrow, but I feel like it's, I don't know, it might help him stabilize. It's going to extend the game a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Lobotomized!
He's got him. No detection yet, though.
Cataphracts, Durandals, Apostles.
heckling the Drollets in the natural here. It's looking rough for Lingchamp, but I feel like he's going to be able to extend the game a little bit here. We do have Durandals out for Beaver. He could try to maybe charge that Lakis stack, but... Still no tier 2 for our Zerg player.
the
Definitely
squazes
seems
will blow up.
likely. Oh my
The
goodness.
Durandals are here, the Cataphracts are idling, I guess. But
Yeah, if he can get a single Anseal to reveal these Lakis, you can just start heckling them from down below, but...
I don't think he
Until
has a
then.
start by the end.
No, he still
I
hasn't
don't
made
think
one.
so.
Like, this is a situation where normally you just have people be like, oh, okay, it's GG. But Lingchamp, not about that. The one Goliath might kill his hatch if he's not careful, though.
Yeah, seems like so.
I don't know, 10 hits or so. Oh, he
Oh,
got drawn
no.
in by the Zeths. Oh, never mind. He changed his aggro. He's going to kill that Quasi first.
It will die.
I can't believe it.
1, 2, 3.
Got him. Absolutely got him. Capping the gas nodes. Beaver just using this as macro practice. Normally, the shoe's on the other foot, and Starpad now finally coming. Normally, I feel like this is the kind of thing where, you know, Beaver's been in this situation where he's desperately holding out, so it must feel refreshing for him to be on the other side of it, doing the, you know, well, being the guy on the welcome wagon, so to speak.
After Beaver wins, this is the end of the group, right?
We'll have number 1, I think. You still got to figure out.
How many games did Dead Infested win? 3?
3.
3.
Yeah.
So this would be the 4th loss for Lingchamp? Yeah, he'd be out of contention then.
Okay.
The only way he can stay in contention is for him to take down Beaver, and then he would have to take down Dead Infested, and then we would once again be required to do more. So we, you know, I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is actually going to be the end of the group here, but... There's a Kagrin in that Ovaleth, but like clearly he wants to see if he can set up another expansion, but he doesn't realize how far ahead his opponent actually is.
Yeah. It's time to mop.
Yes. Very one-sided victory for Beaver here. I did like some of what I saw from Lingchamp, though. You know, for a new player, you're going up against 2 people who have been in the project for a little bit more.
Yeah.
And the A move begins.
Ah, the Lakers are on the low ground now, 15 of them. That's a death trap, but here comes the Anseal to bring light to darkness, to reveal what is really going on here. Oh no, my opponent has built detection. Dude, Durandals move fast. You gotta watch out for him. Alright, all the Lakers are dead. It's been an utter disaster. Ah, you can't burrow. Holding the ramp. Holding the ramp. It's the Zerg's final stand. As Achmeks arrive to incinerate them.
Outmac.
Terran Zethricord.
Terran Quasilus. Terran Lakizalus.
Oh shit, there is a Terran Lakizalisk in there. It's creating a ramp vortex. Such is its power.
No, oh, Terran Overlaps.
Terran Avila.
Oh,
Terran
cool.
victory.
This is it. The Beaver takes the first place. Dead Infested takes the second. And Lingchamp takes the third. Cool. Well, in that case, I gotta get going because I need to quickly do a few things before my group. And, yeah, cool games.
Yeah,
Thanks
it
for
was
watching,
definitely-
whoever was watching, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely an interesting round. Got to see some, Beaver rising up, proving his Class 2 worth, so to speak. And Dead Infested also came back to kill some Zerg.
Dude,
And
I
kill
have a
Beaver one
tough
time.
group, I don't know.
I think you might have to dig deep, my friend.
Okay.
I need to speedrun some things, so
Yeah, that's right. We got about
Bye.
15 minutes.